Hey, everybody, we're back once again to talk about the team that is the Arizona Cardinals, and they travel to MetLife Stadium to face the New York Jets, winless Jets at 0-4. And Katherine, I got to tell you, man, we started this off by saying after that 2-0 start, Cardinals might be 5-0. Now they've lost two straight, and they're in danger land big time because if they lose this game against the Jets, the worst team in the league on offense in almost every category. I don't know what I'm going to write, what you're going to write, or what anybody's going to say, but this is a must-win game. Do you guys agree with that?
Um, I kind of subscribe to the Marv Levy school that, the only must wins are like the World War II was a must win. But
Okay.
yeah, from a
Good.
football sense, I think it is. You can't lose to the Jets. You can't lose a third game in a row and be taken seriously at all. From that standpoint, yeah, they have to win this game. And not so much the schedule in the next few weeks, but the schedule in the latter half of the season gets so much more difficult. You've got to build something during this stretch.
Katherine, what do you think? Must win?
I agree with the idea that I don't know that necessarily affects every single thing after it, but I think sometimes we are more motivated by not being embarrassed than by anything else. And I think it would be so embarrassing to lose to the Jets. So I think from that standpoint of just this team's still kind of finding that identity, still trying to prove that all of the moves they've made the last 2 years were correct. And in that sense, you cannot lose to the New York Jets for that reason.
We've covered everything that's been wrong with this team, I think, in the last few weeks. Offense, defense, passing game, running game, Kyler Murray, Coach Kingsbury, injuries. I'm just going to tell you this. In my opinion, this game comes down to Cardinals defense just getting after Joe Flacco. I mean, he's a rustical, okay? I mean, the cat, he's a statue. If you can't get to this guy, he had no sacks last week on Teddy Bridgewater. You got to unleash the hounds, man. You got to get after this guy. He doesn't move. He hasn't played really but a few snaps last week. He's now the starting quarterback, and that's the worst offense in the league. Like I said, worst passing offense, 179.5, worst overall defense by far. You got to just get to this guy, and you might get the beat down that the Cardinals finally need. What do you guys think?
Yeah, Flacco is very obviously different from Bridgewater just in approach and skill set. And I think too, again, the defense last week on third down just being able to stop anything really struggled in a way that was so contrasted from the previous weeks here. The Cardinals defense the last few years has, I think, not always kept up with what the offense has been able to do. And they were looking better at the start of the season, but I think now's kind of that gut check of okay, was this a big step back against the Panthers? Was this just overlooking a game and missing some small tweaks, or what actually still needs to be fixed so that it doesn't look like it did last Sunday?
Okay.
I'm curious how the Cardinals offense is going to look, if they'll be better than they have been the last couple of weeks, especially the passing game, and especially Kyler Murray on a pass that goes beyond 5 yards of scrimmage. Can they get anything? That's the definition of downfield now for the Cardinals, past 5 yards, ball in the air past 5 yards. I'm curious, what they're going to see in the Jets, because the Lions and Panthers were very successful with that kind of mush rush, playing zone, so they keep their eyes on Kyler. And that's not the Greg Williams and the Jets. He doesn't like really playing zone. He likes getting after the quarterback. To me, if they do that, Kyler Murray's gonna have a big day. I think the Cardinals have to be afraid of some late hits on the Jets' part, because they're the king of personal fouls, playing in well past the echo of the whistle.
All right, well, that's exactly my take, and that's why I think we're going to see a Cardinal beatdown as bad as they've looked the last 2 weeks. Prediction time. I know you guys love doing this, but they pay us to do that. So I'm going to go 30-17 Cardinals, and they destroy the Jets because of things like Greg Williams, just not following what worked before him, being his own worst enemy. Big part of it.
I think it's going to be closer than a lot of us expect, and I think Flacco is going to be better than a lot of us expect. But I think the Cardinals will win. I hate to keep picking them, a team that's lost 2 in a row, but I got to pick them against the Jets. I'm going to say 27-23.
Well, I think this is the 3rd week in a row we're all going Cardinals because I will pick them too, and so far that has not done well for them, our confidence. But I think they beat the Jets. I think they are still better than they played last week, and they were better than the Jets, certainly. I don't think it'll be quite as explosive as you're predicting, Bob, but maybe like a 24-17.
All right, there you have it. You guys will watch it for yourself. We'll cover it for you. Make sure you check us out at AZ Central Sports and the Arizona Republic. Thanks a lot.